Sometimes, fans commit some pretty crazy acts in the name of supporting their team. It was finally time for Germany to go against France, but something straight up bizarre happened. Just before kickoff, some dude flew into the stadium on a parachute with a message protesting oil. I mean, that's one way to make a statement. But his flight soon turned crazy. You see, he was flying high on a yellow parachute when he got tangled up in the aerial camera wires and went flying towards the fans. Talk about a heart-stopping moment. But thankfully, he managed to steer clear of the crowd and landed on the pitch in front of the players, who were finishing their warm-up. While this fan seemed crazy, this next fan not only managed to invade a pitch, but he made the entire match come to a halt. In 2012, Manchester City, a team thought to be unstoppable, lost to Everton. I mean, no disrespect to Everton, but fans couldn't believe their eyes. Everton's 1-0 win over big shot title contenders Manchester City was pretty wild. You would think Everton winning was the craziest thing that happened at the stadium, but that title goes to another unforgettable incident. About 5 minutes to the end of the first half, a fan straight up ran onto the pitch at Goodison Park and cuffed himself to one of the goalposts. When asked why he did that, John claimed his daughter was unfairly fired from the airline called Ryanair and decided to take matters into his own hands and stage a protest during the Everton vs Manchester City game. You almost have to admire John's commitment to his family. Now, while this guy was crazy, he's not nearly as crazy as our next fan, who did so many crazy antics on the pitch that he got his own nickname. Jean-Marc Keiko, or as we like to call him, Jimmy Jump, has gained worldwide fame for his daring stunts. This guy has made a habit of running onto the pitch during some of the biggest football matches out there. I'm talking about handing Thierry Henry a Barcelona shirt before he even joined the team, and trying to put a hat on the World Cup trophy. What did Koch get for this stunt? He got clocked in the face by a security guard, got dragged away to jail, and was fined $187. You'd think Jimmy Jump has learned a lesson, but you'd be wrong. In fact, this dude did the opposite of learning, and he expanded his territory to other spots. Yes, he doesn't just limit himself to football. Oh no, he's also crashed other sports, and even showed up uninvited to Spain's performance at Eurovision. Love him or hate him, you gotta admit that Jimmy Jump knows how to make a scene. While his antics are at least harmless, you won't believe that this next fan got so riled up that he turned the pitch to a horror show. Sometimes football matches get so intense that some fans lose their minds and start throwing things onto the pitch. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the infamous incident during Real Madrid's 2002 clash with Barcelona. The match was tense, as always, but things took a turn for the bizarre when a Barca fan decided to express his outrage at the former Barca player Luis Figo for joining Real Madrid by lobbing a pig's head onto the field. He did this as Figo was about to take a corner kick. I mean, what kind of person thinks, hey, you know what would be a great idea? Throwing a severed pig's head onto the pitch. It's crazy and disturbing, all at the same time. How did he even get the pig's head down to his seat without anyone alerting security? This situation is definite proof that football fandom can make people do some pretty wild things. Speaking of wild things, this next fan actually made his frustrations known by getting physical with a player. This next event happened in February 2023, and what went down at the Colombian First Division football match on Sunday left everyone shocked. Right after the ref blew his whistle to start the game between Deportes Tolima and Millonarios, some crazy fan jumped onto the field with only one goal in mind. He had to knock some sense into a superstar. The crazy fan was after Daniel Catano. He threw a mean sucker punch from behind. Can you believe that? But hold up, it doesn't end there. Catano wasn't going to let that slide. He wanted payback right away. He took off after the fan and knocked him to the ground. That's what you get when you mess with a professional athlete, I guess. Unfortunately, the whole thing got out of hand, and the ref ended up showing Catano a red card. That's where I got a problem with this whole situation. My man Catano was just defending himself. I mean, it was the security's job to keep psychos off the field, and they failed. So can you blame the guy for defending himself? Wow, that was crazy. Fans can be crazy sometimes. But players also have their fair share of pulling some crazy tricks on the pitch to change the course of a match. If you want to see 8 football tricks that have been banned from football forever, watch this video.